Conquest of Azeroth is live. On July the 3rd, the team behind Project Ascension released a complete new MMO, 21 custom classes, 69 specializations, over 1,000 new spells and talents built into the classic world we all know. And the rush was enormous. People who logged in within the first 60 seconds landed at queue position 3000 and beyond, and it went up to 10k. Estimates put 10 to 20,000 players on the login servers at once. The release trailer is sitting at 500,000 views. 3 weeks ago, Blizzard filed a 9-count federal complaint against the people who made this, including 2 racketeering counts. I covered that filing on this channel. This game could be forced offline at any point. They launched anyway, and I played it anyway. So is this a full release with a future or a last cash grab on a sinking ship? Let's find out. If you have never touched Ascension, the main realms run classless World of Warcraft, Bronzebeard is the version of Classic Plus, Conquest of Azeroth is a different animal. Mixed classes again, but completely new and reimagined. A cultist who stacks insanity for damage, push it too far and your own character dies. A chronomancer who rewinds time and clones allies. A witch hunter with a crossbow that plays closer to Wayne from League of Legends than anything else in World of Warcraft. A tinker with sentry turrets and landmines. A blood mage paying for spells with his own health. So much creative classes. And I could go like this for every one of the 21 classes as well, each with 3 or more specs sitting on Dragonflight style dual talent trees. And the world underneath got rebuilt too. If you played Bronzebeard, you know the RPG factor of the game. Enemies now drop the gear they are actually wearing. Defiers with daggers drops daggers, for example. Every classic dungeon scales up to Mythic Plus with affixes at level 60. Raids run flags 10 to 25 with different difficulty modes up to Ascended. There's a roguelike mode called Mana Storms with randomly generated layers and 2 entirely new professions with woodcutting and woodworking that don't even use up your normal profession slots. So that's a lot. But not everything is perfect. Endgame beta testers, for example, were not fully sold yet. A lot of caster specs reportedly boil down to the same multi-dot rotation with a filler spell in between, and healing scaling looks rough outside the top picks. Fair criticism and worth its own video once the endgame race settles, if it will come to this, but the scope of what shipped here a few days ago is beyond anything this scene has ever produced. Let's look at the launch. So the launch was on 3rd of July around afternoon here in Europe on 2 different realms. First on Vol'jin, the old alpha realm, and then Rexa, which came a bit later. Vol'jin's queue ran for hours, though they had to open up a second realm. It was just too many players trying to log in to Conquest of Azeroth. Their layering system splits a zone into copies, and under launch load, that constant resplitting caused things with frozen queues and disconnects or quest objects refusing to load. But I have to say, they fixed it, and overall the servers were stable for this amount of people trying to log in, which honestly surprised me, and I can tell you why. Because here is what I honestly expected from the game itself, based on Ascension's recent track record and the fact that it felt a bit rushed now. So I thought it would end up like Bronzebeard recently did. When Blackwing Lair went live on the Bronzebeard realm, basically every boss was bugged in Ascended difficulty mode. I participated in the realm first race in a guild, and the fixes went in mid-race spread over days. The top guilds chasing realm first were, in practice, the playtesters for the game. Genuinely disappointing quality for a release of that size. That's the mess I logged in looking for, but honestly, I didn't find it. Once I got past the queue after a few hours, it felt smooth. I picked the Templar, which I already tested in beta phase. It's a mixture of Paladin and Rogue basically, and I really enjoyed that gameplay. The class felt good, and the gameplay once again was honestly fun. My whole session ran stable on servers busy enough to melt the login system, and there was even a launch gift from the team. Every single player who logs in gets the Master War chest and the Vanity collection sync on their first character for free. That's a nice transmog gift and a way to sync their Ascension collection to the new realm. For context, these bundles are Ascension's core business. Normally they run $35 to $100 in donation points for exclusive mounts, fully unlocked bank slots, 30 slot bags, dual spec, and the vanity sync that carries your entire collection over from the old realms. Handing all of that to everyone on day one on a fresh server or just the early economy, backspace and mounts are exactly the things a fresh launch normally makes the game server earn. So no MMO team does that out of generosity. And before you read it as a farewell gift, the donation shop is still open. I checked today, you can still buy donation points right now mid-lawsuit. So why give the crown jewel away while a register like that keeps running? For that, we go to the courthouse. A quick recap, because everyone watching this right now probably watched my last video about it already. On June 12, Blizzard filed suit in the Central District of California against 9 named individuals of Ascension on 9 counts for copyright infringement, EMCA circumvention, trademark claims, and 2 RICO counts. And the finding goes far beyond you ran a private server. It maps a network of shell companies. The complaint says entities like EMS and EMC existed purely as a channel for the money. No offices, no employees, and so on. Watch my last video about it if you are more interested in the whole case. A federal case, assets in the crosshair, a clock running, and the answer is a free bundle, an open shop, and total silence? I don't know. Part of the community reads the giveaway as a goodbye, a farewell gift to the players who funded this project for years from a team that knows the end is coming. It's a nice story, but the open shop kills it a bit. Because with the shop running, the free war chest works as something much more familiar, a funnel. The 100 DP convenience package pull the biggest possible crowd onto a fresh server, and every one of those players walks past an open shop for weeks. A shop selling packages up to hundreds of dollars with bonus points for buying big, and guest checkout that doesn't even ask for an account. That's a standard free-to-play playbook executed while a federal case is pending. So yes, the cash grab read is valid in my opinion. One last harvest before the servers go down, and the polish doesn't contradict it. This game is years of sunk work, and if the clock is running, launching it and monetizing it is exactly how you turn that work into money while you still can. And if they pay the developers and designers who were working for years on this enormous project, that's fine for me. No one is forced to pay here, and no one should in my opinion, but if you want to, feel free to do so. It's your own money. You can say what you want about Ascension, but they always find the best way for marketing their products out of every situation. They absorbed Project Epoch to funnel players into Bronzebeard, their own Classic Plus project, and now they use the court allegations from Blizzard as one of the best free game announcements for an enormous audience. And the numbers show it works out. Which connects to the part that genuinely gets me. Ascension isn't just launching through a lawsuit, they are ignoring it completely. On June 12, a 9-count federal complaint, no statement. June 29th, summons request. 4 days later, they launched this new game. The shop sells, the realms fill, and to this day, the team hasn't said one official word about the case. Compare that to Turtle WoW. Legal pressure came, they complied, settled, walked away. Ascension is running business as usual, while 9 of its people are named in federal court. I would bet real money that choice shows up in Blizzard's next filing. Continued operation after formal notice, continued sales, a whole new game launched mid-case. That's the textbook willfulness argument, and willful infringement means higher statutory damage. Every donation point sold since June 12 is ammunition. The players see the ending too. The most common sentiment over every launch read: level fast, level everything before it's gone. Thousands of people are pouring hours into characters they fully expect to lose. And there is some sort of beauty in this. Players are enjoying every hour in this game, even when they know it might end soon. So we have no clue what will happen to Ascension or Conquest of Azeroth. Maybe they will choose to drag it out in court with the defendant one of them got. Maybe this will allow Conquest of Azeroth to stay up for years until the court process will find an end. Maybe they will settle next week and all servers go offline. Maybe they will rebrand under a new name, same as Octowow did, with a fully anonymous team, and your character data will show up on new servers like a miracle, or everything will just be gone. We honestly really don't know what will happen. But we know that we can enjoy a completely fresh new World of Warcraft experience right now from a team which was working for years on this, with big names like McDoubles doing game design for it, and a team with a proven record of great game servers delivering this. The shop is open, that doesn't mean you should walk in. I will play my Templar when I find some time, have fun on Conquest of Azeroth, but don't get too attached to it. And let me know in the comments down below what you think about Conquest of Azeroth and the release. Are you leveling, or are you staying away from a server with a federal case hanging over it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this useful, consider to like, subscribe and hype this video for more World of Warcraft content in the future. Special thanks goes out to my channel members who support me with the hard-earned real-life money. See you guys in the next one.